Happy Friday to her.
Happy Friday, Consuela.
It's actually Saturday morning. I just want to be honest.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yesterday was Imbolc, so I needed some time for Imbolc. So for people who don't know what Imbolc is, it's a holiday on the well, I always refer to it. I try to be careful because I was like, it's the Wiccan Wheel of the Year, but it's not just Wiccans. It's like the pagan Wheel of the Year. But Imbolc is the ceremony, is the ritual or the Sabbath that goes with like the beginnings of spring. Typically it honors the goddess Bridget, and it's all about bringing, coming out of winter, and Bridget is like the keeper of fire, and so it's all about renewal and awakening and transition. And it's great. It's coming out of the winter and the dark and into the light. So good. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
It's a good thing to celebrate.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go to a ceremony or a gathering in SL with other. Again, I always just say Wiccans, and I realized over time that that's not an accurate statement, because a lot of people who are pagan are rather eclectic, much like Tristyn, which is where we happen to be standing at Panique. And we'll touch on that in a minute. But so I try to be mindful of that. So other pagans, we'll just say that. I guess I told you, I was like, I know I didn't have the date wrong, but I think it got switched. Or when I was told the wrong information. But I thought it was last night. So I was like all dressed up and ready to go. And then I saw a notice earlier in the day that's like, see you tomorrow. And I'm like, no, because I have plans. No. Today's a very busy day for me.
It is.
So we have a lot of SL plans this morning, and we're going to squeeze in some FLF before that. And then in the evening, I have some First Life plans. So I will not be able to attend their ceremony. But thanks to you, I mean, you've given us a home that is stratagem, and gradually like spreading out into this full region, because that's what it is. I was, I had asked you if I could have like a little magical space. And
yes.
And so I have like a secret space in stratagem where I have a circle, and I can go do my own rituals. So I don't need to go to somebody else's or wait for somebody else's.
Yeah, we've done a few there.
Yeah, and I was
quite lovely.
Yeah, and I was thinking if you have time tomorrow, I might, if you want to experience it, I could walk you through it. I have the note card and stuff. Okay. So, but I know you're busy with a lot of scripting, so we'll maybe do the light version because I know you wanted to know about it. So.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so I get to ritual writing, and I put in a note card, and then there's meditations and music involved. It's quite a production. So I've thought about having these where other people come, but even yesterday when I was doing it by myself, I was like, I really like, there's just part of me that's very solitary in practice, and I worry about being a hostess at these times when it's just really for me. I don't want to get distracted by being a hostess when I want to focus on the intent of the work. So we'll see. I keep thinking, I toy with this idea often because we have a beautiful space, and I would love to bring people to celebrate that too. So we'll see. But yeah, so yesterday I wanted to celebrate on the actual holiday, which was February 2nd.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
actually, as you were describing it, that struck a memory to me. So this was actually in the news recently. As of 2023, Ireland declared that St. Feast Day, or St. Bridget Day, is a national holiday. And it's believed that is of course, that St. Bridget was either named after or inspired by the goddess Bridget.
Right.
So
when is St. Bridget's Day? Is it February 2nd?
February 1st.
Ah, see, very close.
Yes.
So,
very close.
Definitely has to do with Imbolc.
Definitely.
Well, that's good of them to give that back, because a lot of the pagan, holy days were overridden, right?
Yes. Well, so I want to be careful here. So they're not explicitly saying Imbolc is the holiday. They're saying
I know
that their St. Bridget Day is, which
I know
is kind of the okay.
But I know what you're saying. But like the
Yes.
subtext.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So
yeah, that is now a public holiday, which maybe we can get Ren to tell us a little bit about what they do there for that.
That would be interesting.
Our friend Ren from Ireland.
Yeah, and one of the co-founders of Visionaire.
Yes.
All right. So we're here at Panic, or Panique, or Paniku.
Panique. Yes.
Because Tristyn is amazing and full of love for us, which just where are you going? Are you clicking around and ended up walking?
Yep.
Yep, I know you. So Tristyn. So Tristyn got in my IMs or DMs really in Discord after the last video, and he was just so concerned for us and our upset at Hose. He named it Couchgate. He wanted us
to bring back the couch.
Right.
Hashtag.
He wanted us. What was it? He had thrown up some hashtags to me. Like he wanted. It's just Couchgate. Like this can't be. The Blanches can't not sit at Hose, right? And let me go back on my DMs with him, or what I can't. I don't remember if it was in his group or I know I screen grabbed you. And I know I'm.
And while you're looking for that, I also do want to just say, just to reiterate, we're not like, we don't actually have beef with Hose.
No.
We were being very tongue in cheek about it. Although we did really like sitting on the couch, but like that part's genuine, but it's not like an actual affront.
No. Yeah, I know he put it in, like, I'm scrolling back, there's a lot of chat on. They have, this wasn't in my Second Life news. Did you not pick this up? They have new last names.
Yeah, it's covered in the Second Life news.
I know, but did you link that? I didn't see that when I was going through the links.
It is linked, yes, it's in one of the...
Oh, it's one of the Valentine's things.
It's one of the Valentine's ones.
Yeah, well, spoiler, I found it in Tristyn's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he had hashtags. I should probably just scroll back into my chat with you. It'd be easier. Because I know I screen grabbed you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You did. I'm trying to find them myself.
That's something else. Like there's like so much chat history.
I wasn't ready for this.
No, I know. No, that's something else.
Let's see.
Is this it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I found it. It was... Tristyn was saying, do I need to find a spot to put a couch in the store? I'm watching your flip video for the week and I'm sensing some Couchgate 2024. And then I went on to tell him that we miss our couch at Hose. So we always sat there and now it's like we're not allowed to sit there anymore. And then that's where he goes, we need to make some signs and stage a protest. Hashtag bring back couch. Hashtag no cuddles, I'm befuddled. Hashtag I have a sign and I'm angry. And I was like, damn, Tristyn, you are good with the hashtags. Like, he was cracking me up so much. And so
that's amazing.
This is what I mean. Like, Tristyn was invested. Like, from the last video, he's like, this is a wrong that needs to be righted.
Yes.
And look what he did. He did.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is absolutely amazing.
So, yeah, he's given us a couch. He's given us decor, like a little, like nice little wall decor behind it, and a projection on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, obviously that's the Blanche's logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so I told him the only thing that was missing was snacks, because at Hose they have the little trolley with snacks. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, I'm working on that. He was like, he was just debating if what he was going to put down, but he was working on it.
Yeah.
So there will be snacks here at some point.
Absolutely.
So I was just floored by this. And so
I was too. This was really amazing.
He messaged me, I want to say, like, I was literally getting up off the couch to go to bed. And I see a DM from Tristyn saying, hey, let me know when you can come by the store. I need your opinion on something. And since it was fresh, I knew he was still right there. And I'm like, I'm on my way. And so I come to the store, and I swear I stayed up like an hour talking to Tristyn about all kinds of things. And then Tristyn comes out with something else. And I don't know if it was the intention to be a part of the conversation. I think it probably was. Oh, thanks. Thanks for helping me out with that. With the wardrobe.
You said you didn't have snacks. So.
I didn't. So now you're putting my box of chocolates on. That's what I need to wardrobe next is more food, right? Because I've been wardrobing. I did another live stream, and Masumi lives for those. I'm just gonna say, like, Masumi wants like 3 to 5 hour live streams as much as possible. But I just had come home early because I had a training at work, and I was like, let me live stream because we didn't get to do one on the weekend because it was busy, and I did it for, I want to say it was like a 2 hour live stream, and it still wasn't enough. But she showed up for like the last 30 minutes, so so there's that. But anyway, where was I going? Okay, so Tristyn. So Tristyn then asks me if I'm familiar with SLVCG, and I'm like, no. I was like, I don't know that acronym. And so then he starts telling me about what it is. It's Second Life Video Creators Group, and I'm like, well, that sounds like a group I should be in.
Because we make
SL videos, right? And so basically Tristyn I know he'll watch this, so he'll have to get in the comments if I'm misconstruing any of this. But Tristyn is a supporter of the SLVCG. He's been a contributor financially to the group, and they have awards ceremonies. And I was like, oh, this is taking me back. I don't know, because I'm a little out of touch because I'm not hardcore blogger like some people are. But I know they had, there's a lot of different SL awards stuff, right? I think I've probably mentioned to you in the past about SL awards that are given for bloggers or photography or whatever. There's all these, I want to say, my memory's going to fail me here, but I know that I think there was an award called the Bloggies that was done by a friend of mine's blogger group. I know that there's, just even from going to stores, and how they have little trophies out on their welcome desks, that they have some kind of recognition award, just different groups that award people things, right? So I've never been overly active or even had something to be awarded. So it's okay. So when Tristyn mentioned this to me, it just took me back to all the blogger awards. That's the thing that I remember. Just big ceremonies about recognizing bloggers in different categories and stuff. So he was telling me about it, and he's like, so I guess, today is family game day and stuff for Tristyn and First Life. And so because he's a contributor, because he's, given to this group, he gets 2 tickets to the award show and a VIP pass for the red carpet. And I was like, what? It's a whole thing, right? And then he's like, but I have First Life plans, and I'm really not he's shy, right? So he doesn't really necessarily want to be on a red carpet getting interviewed. So he's like, so I want to offer my tickets to you and tour. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like,
amazing.
Yeah. And he's like, you'll have to let me know if you can go or not, because they keep the sim locked down and only those on the list can get in, and it's streamed.
Very exclusive.
Yes. And I was like, if you could see my face right now, it was just wide eyes blinking. Yes, of course I will take that. I was like, I will go whether tour can go or not. Give me a ticket. Because it was I don't like to confirm for us, right? Because you're very busy. So I said, okay, I'll get the details. I'm telling you yes for me. I was like, but I will go get with tour. I literally moved things around on my schedule today to make sure that I could go to this. Because I had other appointments, right? But So I was like, this is a unique experience, and I'm all about unique experiences. And
absolutely. Plus, it is definitely a group that we should get to know a little
exactly better. That was what I was going to say next. This is a group I have been unaware of. We've been making videos for 2 years, and apparently, because I looked on their website, this group has been around for 4. So 4 years. We've been making videos for 2. And so it's like, yeah, this is a new community of people I want to know.
Yep.
And so I of course, after talking to Tristyn, I talked to Tristyn so much that now Tristyn's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now, kind of. Because it was like going on and on and on. And I was like, I should be in bed, but that did not happen. Then I stayed up like, I don't know, another couple hours after that, going down the rabbit hole of Second Life video
joining
creator group.
Things, yeah.
Oh yes, join the group on the Discord, and then in the Discord, obviously they're video creators, so there's all these links.
Yep.
So clicking the links, sub, right? And I was like, and then I did my introduction. I dropped our link. I had to update our link because our name's changed. My link tree is usually, it was like Growing Desire. So I went in and put queen.rizzler, and I had to update that and drop that, and then I was just down the hole. I was very excited. So this happened early. Tristyn will have to correct me. I want to say it was either earlier. It was like last weekend. I want to say it was like Sunday night, like before bed, going like for work the next day. So I've been very excited about this all week. And what I should have been doing was showing the SL, my SL. I got so excited I didn't even bring up my internet window. So let me bring that. Let me get it to the right page, because I was talking about that first. So, this one doesn't resize. It's a Wix website. It doesn't resize really well to... Let me bring it up anyway, because I want to give them some props. So, internet window. So, let's see. Will this page resize? No, it doesn't really have like a mobile version, so it doesn't resize super well. But anyway, it's in the link so people can see it themselves. But we're going to go watch an award show. And then I told to her, it's like, maybe we might get nominated at some point. That would be fun.
It would be.
Yeah, it's the SLVCG Best of Awards, and they have their videos linked. I'm not seeing the bottom of my screen to scroll over, but so they're going to be recognizing some video creators. And what's nice is that it's not just machinima. Like at first, that's where my mind went first, right? We're vloggers. Right. We don't make machinima, so that's why I thought that's probably not for us, but that's false. Because it is for video creators of any type. So they've got people who make machinima, they've got vloggers, they've got, people who make like little short dance videos, things like that. So I think it seems to be a very inclusive and supportive group. There's a lot of tips and tricks there, which I'm looking forward to digging into, because, sometimes I like to make a dance video, or maybe you and I want to make a little short machinima, like we did at Halloween, right? And there's some, I still feel like there's some tricks of the trade that I don't know, right? Like, you remember when we went to that New Year's thing, and that gal had all these attachments on for like camera stuff, it looked like?
Oh, yes.
And we never really could figure that out. And it's like, that's what I mean. I feel like there's systems out there that control your camera and bring it in such a way that gives you that, kind of first life video production camera look, instead of obviously alt clicking and zooming in on things. So just something that looks more polished. And I feel like there's tools like that we're missing.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, so there's...
Because we're not really using any in-world shenanigans except for the basic camera smoothing and such.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot to learn there.
To learn,
Yeah, so I'm very excited to be part of a new community that I really definitely identify with, because making videos is my jam right now. So So that is
fantastic.
Fantastic at panique. So and that was the other thing. You know what I should do is Tristyn's blogger search closed? Because while we're here, I should touch on that. Actually, I don't need. I'm gonna move my camera because I know the thing is over here. Where is it?
Okay.
It's over here. He has a blogger search going on right now, and I was going to bring up the internet window,
on the other side. We'll kind of frame it.
Oh, it is closed. Okay, so he had it because it was January 24th, January 31st. But I don't know that he has posted the results, because that was the other thing he was talking to me about as the puppy gets going again. That I applied for us. And he was kind of floored that I did. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I? We love Panique and we love you. Why would I not apply to be your blogger? And much like I said to Omai, I said, if we're not what you're looking for, don't worry. I will be okay. I will still love you. And then he's like, no, it's not that. It's like he wants people who are unique and different. And so, but I don't recall seeing any kind of notice from him yet about who the bloggers are. I mean, the window's closed. It's just been, a few days since the end of the close. So I might have to get on my social media and look and see who he chose. But I thought the window might still be open. I wanted to plug it, but nope, it's closed. So. Yeah.
And also, I was thinking about that, and I think that I do kind of wonder about how a lot of people approach blogging, because I'm not really plugged into the blogging community, but like we basically are going after these specifically because we like the people involved.
Yes. We like and know them, and we want to be a part of their team.
And we want to plug their stuff because of that primarily. And we're not. I think that's what is missing in a lot of blogs, because I've looked at a couple of like SL blogs, and I don't want to paint like too broad of a brush because I've only looked at a few, but I think that you can kind of tell when someone is just churning out blog content because they have like an obligation and schedule and they're just doing it, versus when they are genuinely invested either in the people or the product that they're blogging about. I think that does come through to some degree.
Okay. I would agree with that. And some people, I think, are and I don't want to like put anybody down, but I do know that there's a certain percentage of bloggers that are just trying to collect as many designers as they can, and then that really impacts the work, right? Because you have requirements that you're expected to meet, posting requirements,
right?
And then I know from being a blogger manager and a blogger before that some creators want very specific things out of their pictures, right? So like, for example, if you make jewelry, they're going to want a close-up, right? Or if you make shoes, they're going to want a close-up. And so
if you're trying to macro your blog, then you're just taking a shot and you're featuring like 8 different creators in it. But no one really gets a spotlight on that.
Right. And that's actually one of the reasons why I stopped blogging, because I didn't want my Flickr stream full of close-ups of my feet or my ears.
Yeah.
So, it's like I wanted a little bit more creative freedom than that.
Right.
And so, because I was on the blogger train for a while, and then it's like, it's not really what I want to do. So I kind of slowly backed away from it. And then even as we have become vloggers, I wasn't looking to create, collect brands anyway, right? I think for us, like you said earlier, it's our approach is we just like to really spotlight the people that we've come to know and love and their work. So,
And I mean, a lot of why we started recording the FLF stuff was because we were doing FLF anyway, and we just were like, I think we could put this out into the world.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's what I said. Somebody called me out and I was like, we're kind of funny. We can put this out.
We're kind of funny.
So, and I just saw it as different. Like I was watching the other vlogs, right? And they weren't really landing completely right with me. Like, it's like, like I like this one, but, and then there's obviously people who are super negative. And I didn't want to be that kind of vlogger. So I don't want to insult people, which is why the whole like Lulu B Poe thing really bothered me at the onset. Me personally, not that I have any issue with Poe, but just the fact that I stepped into that area unintentionally, and I didn't want to go, be associated or be thought of that as somebody who's like being dismissive of the hard work that creators put into things. So, so we just have a different way of doing what we do, and I think it's been well received, honestly.
I think so. Yeah.
So, anyway, before we dive into more First Life news, I do have a text I need to respond to. So I'm going to fade for just a minute and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so we're back over here at the couch because now it's time to talk about the other Second Life news. So let me get that internet window ready. So, what?
Okay.
What's the matter?
Well, I was gonna shoot. I was gonna. I didn't mean to do that.
Well,
I was gonna check
if
you wanted to do styling first.
Oh.
But we can jump straight.
We can carry on with the news. We've started out with news. That's what my thought was. We started out with news.
But that's fine.
What do you mean we hadn't? I dove right into news.
Oh yeah.
So I was just gonna keep on with it and then do style after that.
Okay.
Because there was so much news. I wanted to talk about the news first.
News it is.
You're like, let's get back on track and do this the way we usually do, Consuela. It's like, look, this is not the order we do this in. It is today.
It is today.
All right. So, Second Life news. So I open up my little window on the side. And one of the things I wanted to start off with first is the announcing a new Second Life community exhibition. Because this was news I saw come up in my email because I get Second Life emails. And this is something that we're kind of familiar with because we've been to that welcome hub. And we knew that there were different areas that had not been developed yet. Like it was like coming soon.
Yeah, we had walked on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that's where I go to be mobile, to like walk around the welcome area, the welcome hub. So I thought this was really cool because it's like Second Life Community Exhibition. Find your place, find your people, find your community. And I thought that's really cool. Like I want to go back there and see what communities they have.
Definitely.
But I think you can submit your community for this. If I read this, yeah, there's an application. So LabGap talks about it. There's a video in the post. We plan to expand and cycle in more communities soon. If you're interested in being considered, please fill out the application form. Space is limited, but we will review all submissions. So I'm clicking this application form. So let's see. It says Second Life Community Exhibition offers a new and exciting opportunity for increased visibility and promotion for established communities in Second Life. As a part of our new user community hub, the SLCE brings visibility and exposure to a diverse range of Second Life communities via primely positioned exhibition space and one of our most active and popular starting points for all newly registered residents.
I think this is a brilliant idea.
Yes.
So, discoverability in Second Life is still a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you've established a community, people can only really find out about you through like word of mouth, and maybe the search sometimes will get them there.
Mm-hmm.
But search is such a crapshoot. Anyone who's used it can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like an inverse of the people needing to find you. This is, they're basically bringing those communities to the hub as basically a walk up and meet and see if you click, and then you can, those people who meet up with them can kind of integrate into that community. And it definitely, I think, will help with not only community growth but SL user retention and everything else. Because if you join SL and you don't find people that you click with, there's not a lot of reason to keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It is a social platform.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great idea.
I really do too, because when I read this and I reflect on how I started, it is night and day, right?
Oh, yeah.
I am dropped in there was no, we've talked about this before. There was no orientation. There was no, I don't know if it was a glitch in the system, because I feel like orientation existed for new users but maybe it didn't. I know at some point they were more conscientious about, okay, let's make all new accounts start here and get some of the basics down. But I don't think that was from the onset. I mean, you were here before me. I was here in 2007. I got dropped in some random, like, I don't know, non-English speaking sim somewhere. And it's like, figure it out. I'm like, okay, like, how are you going to retain anybody like that? No wonder they lost a lot of people up front. So something like this would have been amazing. And much like you said, to echo what you said and emphasize what you said about the search, right? You can search and you can find all kinds of things. Whether they're active or not is a whole nother story. And trust me, I've been to places that it's like, this looked like a cool place when people actually came here. Right? Like,
there's a lot of that.
Like relics of things that have happened before. I'm like, too bad I missed this.
In SL.
Right? So it's nice that this would be something that's for active communities, because I'm looking at the rest of the guidelines and it says, there's like a whole long list of guidelines. First, your application does not guarantee acceptance, right? That's fine. And then it's an evolving program that seeks to promote active Second Life communities on a rotating basis to new residents. Participating communities must be welcoming to new residents. Participants should ensure that all newly registered community members are able to access your regions or communities with no bias towards the length of time a visitor has been a Second Life resident, right? Because a lot of people, and I've run into this, especially when we create our alts,
have to be 30 days.
Have to be, on my alts, I can't go anywhere. Like, I need them to go somewhere. Nope, you got to be 30 days or older, because everybody's so, like, bot worried, right? So,
well, it's bots and trolls, like, because they're you know, that is historically a thing that trolls do, or harassers. They'll just spin up a new account, go harass, get banned, spin up a new account, etc.
So then the other was, it's a non-commercial space, right? So you're just promoting your community. You're not trying to sell stuff, no tip jars, no donation things, stuff like that. You can distribute freebies, right? But that's about it. That the community hub is in a G-rated region. But while your community doesn't need to be G-rated, your ad does. So you need to keep that in mind. And it says you may not use real life or Second Life brands, logos, sounds, or graphics that you do not own and do not have the right to use. And it says, as a rule of thumb, if you did not create it or if you do not have written permission to use it, don't.
That's fair, valid.
Yeah. And it says the exhibition can include one exit teleport portal or landmark to your full community experience. Priority consideration will be given to communities already participating in our Community Gateway program. Oh, there's that. And or non-commercial communities that demonstrate a positive experience that is welcoming for newly registered Second Life community members. Additional priority consideration will be given to those communities that demonstrate a history of proactively holding newcomer-friendly events and activities. Each community must show activity within Second Life for at least 1 year. And then they can be removed at any time at their discretion. And the participants and their communities and their leaders must maintain good disciplinary and financial standing with Linden Lab, adhere to Second Life community standards, and agree to Linden Lab's terms of service and privacy policy. So there's a lot of guidelines there, and that was me just kind of skimming over them. So I definitely want to go check out which people are already there, because, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
That's really cool. So I was very excited to see that, because that to me is just another enhancement of the new user experience. So.
Oh yeah, and it benefits the communities as well, because like getting new members in is always a challenge. Like where do you advertise? Because it is kind of a crapshoot where things actually get heard.
Yeah.
So tapping right into where new players are showing up who are curious about this new SL thing, and hooking them right away is fantastic for them.
Yeah. So this was really cool to see. Then in other news, we have, I went to the featured spotlight, and it was interesting because I was like, wait, I know this person. It's a DJ, Nico, that I used to work with at Exhale. So he got a spotlight for his work as a DJ. And then he's got his first life picture in there, which is cute. And then it's about his story about becoming a DJ. So yeah, so it's a cool spotlight on someone I used to know and work with. So it's always nice to see that when that pops up.
And that was Exhale, right?
Exhale, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then you and I had gotten this kind of kicked off a different conversation where, you know, because I've been a DJ in Second Life before, and I obviously think it's a lot of people's jokes in Second Life that, you know, everybody here's a DJ.
Yeah.
Because you can, it's really easy to DJ. Like, I wasn't a DJ before. Or like Nico has like a whole like First Life experience being a DJ.
Yes.
I was not a DJ in First Life. I just, you know, it was one of those things that. What were you gonna say? Because I cut you off all the time.
You just like to roll your own when.
Right.
When you decide you're like, I think I can pull that off.
Right. That's exactly where I was going, because I just told you a story like this about something else, right?
Yep.
So I was like frustrated by some gesture stuff, and I wanted to make my own gestures, and I was like, I can do that. So I figured out a way. And then because making gestures isn't hard. It's just like, you know, if I want voices and stuff. So
right.
Then in this case, this was very much the same thing. Like, it was born of a need, and you know, being involved with Visionaire and being, you know, basically like the manager of Visionaire and the people in Visionaire. Then, you know, there's like, we have the exhibits and the graduations, and I was always kind of in charge, sort of. Ren did it a little bit too. Just kind of making sure the party and the exhibition went off well, and then getting music for it, right? Finding a DJ. And that was always like the bane of my existence. I was like, I don't want to find a DJ because I don't know all these people. And, you know, are they flaky? Are they not? Are they overpriced? Are they not? You know, and it was just too much. And so at one point, I'm pretty sure I must have been talking to Wicca about it, because Wicca was like, Red knows all about DJing, so he can give you lessons. And he did. I swear it was like, I don't know, like a half hour, 45-minute lesson, done. And I knew how to do it. So
that was fantastic.
And that's the way it's been ever since, right? So it was an amazing experience to do that first. Like, that first party was amazing.
Yes.
And then I've just been the DJ ever since. And that's just the way it is. Like, I'm not gonna, if anyone at Visionaire is unhappy with me as the DJ, then they can go find another one. But I try to take in everybody's considerations and play what people want to hear. And that's the important part, right? It's your party or your event, and you want to hear the music you want to hear, not whatever the DJ is, you know, has in their on their computer.
Right. And that kind of touches on something that I kind of want to echo from when we were talking about bloggers, because a lot of DJs, I mean, some of them are phenomenal, straight up. But there are some that kind of phone it in. They have a playlist. They will show up, they will push play on that playlist. They'll throw in some gestures, and then they'll pack up and leave. But you, again, you focus more on the relationships. Like, you don't just take DJing gigs. You do it for people that, you know, you're friends with, or communities that you're involved with. Yeah,
and I want something out of it as well. Like, I want to enjoy the experience too. Yes. And that's why, how long did I work at Exhale? I want to say like maybe 2 years, maybe. And
I don't think it was even 2 years.
I think it might have been shy of 2 years, because while I met like a handful of people, like Hadley comes to mind, and some other friends that I met through Exhale, but it's very few. But I don't have a lot of First Life time to be on like 2-hour sets all the time. And then it was not like it was raking in the Lindens, you know?
No.
So there, while it was fun to do for a time, and I can say that I got to DJ at Exhale, one of the, you know, bigger clubs on the grid, it wasn't giving me the kind of enjoyment like I experienced at Visionaire. And that's where it really came down to me recognizing that I enjoy the special events. I enjoy when a friend or a friend of a friend reaches out to me because they're having a special event and they need a DJ.
The ones you've done for like Hadley and her family, the ones you've done for Genesian Port and adjacent communities, and the ones you've done, of course, for Visionaire, all very phenomenal, but also there's like there's a connection there. It's not, you're not just some DJ. You're part of the community, and that really plays well. I think it adds a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And then I also felt like in the DJ community, again, because I'm not one who has, first life DJing experience, I've never, done that. So I felt like there was kind of a stigma between that. Like if you're just like second life DJ, but are you a real DJ? Right. And then there's also like the stuff between like live mixers and people who don't. So I use virtual DJ and it makes it super easy, and I don't live mix. I've never told people I live mix. I do use tools in virtual DJ to make the songs go together better, but that's about it. And I've never professed myself to be a live mixer. But in the DJ community that I experienced anyway, I always felt there was a little bit of that, like a little bit of, looking down the nose at people who weren't live mixers, right? Like you're not really a DJ. You're not DJ in first life and you don't live mix. So, so it was some of that with some people. I'm not saying the whole community is like that. But it just wasn't my scene, right? Like, how we were talking about just at the onset with like video creators and finding your community and stuff like that. I definitely felt like the DJ community was not my community.
Well, one of the things that I remember from when you were in Exhale, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but some of it felt like DJs kind of were a little more not standoffish, but guarded because they viewed each other as competition. Rather than a community. And
right, that's fair.
I'm curious if other people have perceived that or encountered that as well.
I'm curious too. That was definitely my perception and experience. And I wasn't trying to compete with anyone. I enjoy connections and building community. So I don't want to be in competition with people or feel like, other people think they're better than me, or they're trying to make sure that I know that they're better than me, So it just wasn't a good fit. So, I've definitely enjoyed what I've been doing since then, which is just special events. So if you got a special event, you're looking for a DJ. And it's, people do take me up on that. So, and my rates aren't outrageous. So,
and that's kind of, well, okay. I mean, you guys know who I am. So it's kind of to get into the problem of tacking a profit motive on that sort of thing is there is that baked in incentive to not collaborate, to guard, secrets or techniques and to, try and not necessarily tear other DJs down, but certainly to not, help uplift them or foster a community, because there is a finite pool of events and income that one can get from DJing. And so I think there is kind of that built-in competitive sort of spirit, because that's the nature of the business. But it really should, in my opinion anyway, just be a place to express shared love of music and to vibe with that. And again, it's not all DJs. Right. It just, because we're talking about a DJ, this conversation came up.
Right. So it was just because I've lived this experience. So, and again, my experience and my background is very different than Nico's, right? But I'm not saying that he necessarily is one of those DJs. It just, since the spotlight was about a DJ, that's where it just kicked off this whole lived experience conversation. So
yeah. But I'd be really curious what other people's experience, either doing DJing or interacting with DJs, and what people's thoughts are on that, because I worry about the DJ scene in SL, because music is a big part of it, of this virtual world, and I think that it's in a tricky spot. Yeah.
All right. In other news, let me get my window back up. I closed it for a minute. It's the Valentine's stuff that Second Life is touching on. Love is in the air. Join us for these 2024 Valentine's events and activities. And so they've got the Isle of You is our annual tribute to all things romantic via 4 regions filled with forested walks, cozy nooks for cuddling, and romantic swan boat rides. And then, so it goes on to talk about that. So that's 4 regions of love.
They do a shopping event on SL.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm talking about the Isle of View.
Oh,
Isle of View, right? Isle of View, right? I'm not done with the page yet, and trust me, I know about the shop and hop. I'm not ignoring it.
Yeah.
So then underneath that is the Valentine's Love Train, and so our special Belleza. Wait, aren't you in that community, Belleza?
I am.
With your empty house, yeah. Our special Belleza Valentine's event returns this year. Love Train trolleys. Operated by our own Linden Department of Public Works moles, depart from the station on the welcoming hub every few minutes starting at 12:30 p.m. The 30-minute ride ends with a teleporter that will take residents directly to the Dunk and Hug a Linden or Mole, but residents can hop on at any point as the trolleys go by. Learn more about it at this post by Patch Linden. So, well, you're a Belleza resident, so I would, we're going to have to. It looks cute. And then they have they're
great.
They call out the Duncan Hug a Linden or Mole event, and that's happening on February 14th from 1 to 3 p.m. And then this is cute. They have a little poem here. Roses are red, violets are blue. Duncan hug some lindens and moles at the Isle of View. Oh, that's cute and corny at the same time. Okay, then they have new last names. Bay.
New last names.
So Bay, Flirt.
Okay.
Lovelace, Loving Good, Simp. Oh, they did not with Simp. Okay, Snuggler, Sweetheart, and True Heart.
Okay.
So, and I feel like they've had Bay before because I think I've seen Bay as a last name already on other people. So maybe they come back up.
Don't think so.
No,
because these are
completely new.
These are listed as new.
All right, new. All right. So and it says this. Yeah, see, these names for Valentine's Day are seasonal and may come back around this time next year for a limited time. I know I've seen people with the last name Bay.
Okay.
You're like, no, Consuela. Look, you're wrong. Okay. Anyway.
I know that they're seasonal, but
they come around again.
Well, yes, but what I'm saying is. Like we looked at when we got these names, they released these as new names along with a bunch of seasonal previous ones. And I think that these are new ones that they're adding to the seasonal pool.
I hear you. And I will accept what you're saying.
Woo!
I won't argue with you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and then of course you can always suggest a name. They have a link for that. And then the Valentine Shop and Hop. So Woo. Mama LaLa is already hitting this.
Of course.
So that's 280 participating merchants across 14 shopping regions.
It's
right?
Exhausting just hearing about.
That's my same reaction, right? Like, I think even I had somebody else linked me. Like they found out I made videos and they linked me the Shop and Hop, and I'm like, as if I didn't know this exists, and it's a lot. Like,
yes,
I don't know. I can't think of the last time we went to a Shop and Hop, and when we did, we didn't even finish it.
No, I think we got through like a sim.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's a lot. So, what I do appreciate is Mama LaLa goes to them religiously. And yes. She will link me things that she thinks I like. And that works for me. So thank you, Mama LaLa. Please continue doing that. I am completely fine living vicariously through you and shopping vicariously through you as you do the Shop and Hop. So.
Yeah. Now, I do think if we wanted to ever, the only way we could really tackle a Shop and Hop is if you pre-screened, or, we pre-screened the Seraphim, picked out a few things that we wanted to highlight, like vendors that we actually really liked the item for, and just did those, and then called it a day.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And actually, when you said Seraphim, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have the Seraphim website open on my browser. So it's like, ooh, let me go get that. Yeah, And I like how you started out with you and then followed up with we, because it would be me and not you.
It's true. That's why.
You're like, let me fake it and say us, but it's really you. Which is fine. But yeah, I would have to pre-screen that. And maybe when I have some other things addressed in my life, I will do that. But yeah, at this point, it's a no.
Definitely.
So, okay.
Agreed.
All right. So then we also touch on romantic destinations. And so they have a link to the romantic category in the destinations guide. So that's great.
I love this wobbly animation you've got.
It's oh my. Yeah, I know. It's a little bouncy.
It's oh my.
It's all oh my.
It's all oh my.
Mm-hmm. So then there's a guide to this shop and hop. That's what's linked also. So there's a guide, and it gives you all the stores that are there with a slurl to the store. Mm-hmm. So like, what might be worth it? What would be nice is if these stores had like marketplaces, and you could just click on it and see what their stuff looks like in the marketplace, and then decide if you want to go to see their store. Because like, I'm scrolling through all this and it's a lot. There's a lot. So I mean, there's stores I don't know, there's stores I do know. So maybe what it is just teleporting around to ones I don't know. Just this list is very long.
Yeah.
Some people love it. Obviously, we are challenged. We're time challenged, so
we're very time challenged. Yeah.
So it's nothing against the event or the designers at all.
Yep.
So. All right. So then we have Seraphim, and I know we're doing this out of order and it hurts your brain, but the Seraphim title is "We're fresh into February with 50 Linden Fridays." And according to this list, Bonnie is missing, potentially.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Got it. We'll see.
Yeah. So then.
We always confirm.
Right. So let me pause for just a second, okay? All right. Sorry about that. I had a touch of First Life. So, Bonnie might be MIA. Do you even know who our sponsors are?
Yes.
Like, of course I'm ready, even though you're doing things completely out of order.
So we have Doe, Dots, GhoulWaifu, and Mithral.
Okay. And I would say the list looks a little longer than it's been, but not by much. Because I'm still able to get it all on one screen.
I'd say it's still generally shorter.
Yeah. And that's good, because we're going to have to try to power fliff. Because we got to be on the red carpet at 11-ish. Right. 11-ish. Right. The awards start at 12. So... Yeah. But yeah, and now my AO is broken. I hate that.
Do we want to
style credits?
Touch on styling?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start. My AO just broke for a second. You're saying that. Now I want to be like, look. You are saying that like I forgot we were gonna style credit.
No, I did. I just was checking.
But of course that's gonna be next. I flipped the script, so we've done First Life News. So now of course it's credits.
Well, yeah, we did Second Life News, and then we went straight to describing FLF and the sponsors, and then
but that's
normally that's where we jump into.
I know, and I know it hurts your brain. I said this because to me, Second Life News is everything in my internet window is Second Life News, including Seraphim.
I got you.
So you're like, I'm not gonna bring up and bring down my Second Life window. My internet window all the time. But instead of arguing with you, let's do credits.
Okay.
So I'm going to start because I styled first.
Yes.
And so I styled first because I had 3 outfits I needed to power through, and you are very busy in the week. And so I got on one night and I was power styling. So I styled for in bulk, and then I styled for red carpet, and then I styled for FLF. So in styling for FLF today, I decided I wanted to wear a turnus. So I started with this little dress, and let me get my thing open here on the side. I am wearing, I know it's a turnus, and I probably passed by what it is. There it is. Lunar dress. Juicy boobs version.
Very fitting for you.
In black. Right? So when I put this on at first, I was like, could this have been red carpet? To me, it comes off more cocktail. So
agreed.
I was like,
it's much more cocktail.
Yeah. So I was like, I love this. It's got juicy boobs version. I've been loving a turnus. Whenever we go there, I always get the stuff. So this dress is great. I love all the wrinkles in it. And I knew you would too. and I love that it has juicy boobs. So there's that. At the top, I'm wearing Truth because on my last stream, you know, I had I was wardrobing hair, and Masumi and Barbie Doll were great at helping me out with like tags. Although I think they probably got a little carried away with tags. Some of the tags were a bit wordy, but I was trying to take their ideas and run with it. Actually, that was that was a fun thing, a fun way for me to engage the viewers, right? Is to ask them about tags and get help naming things, which I really enjoyed. Yes. So this hair is called Lonely. I'm far from lonely, but it's called Lonely, and it's by Truth, and I just thought it was cute. I like the scrunchie. I didn't bother with a crown because I have a scrunchie, so that's my crown today. Let's see. Obviously, I'm still wearing my skin by Alt3 by Solio. I saw on SL Facebook she's coming out with a new one, and actually Zipper is doing something fun where she's asking people on Facebook to help her name her skins. So I weighed in on that. So we'll see what the new skin's called, but you know I'm going to try it out. I try out every new skin she puts out. So we'll see if I continue wearing Solio or if I try out the new yet to be named skin. Let's see.
Just not to bias the results, but what did you suggest it be named?
I suggested it be called Dahlia.
Or can you reveal that?
I did. I just said it.
Oh.
I suggested that it be Dahlia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
I don't know why my AO, I don't know if Firestorm AO thing is acting up, but anyway. So yeah, so that's Alt3 skin I'm wearing. Obviously Imperfections by Izzie's. I'm wearing the Micro Glitter also by Alt3 because I love her shines. And let's see, other FLF creators. You helped me out with some chocolate here by Lucas Lameth. I've got some chunkier duck nails on by 1990 because I was still feeling a chunkier duck nail.
Yes.
So went with those, and then I have the shoes are not a FLF designer. I want to say pick them up. I picked these up on a Saturday sale. So these are Salvadori, and then obviously my earrings are Emery because I can't get enough Emery. And then my makeup is not by FLF creators, so I think it's Saturday sale as well. And then as always, animations by Oh My. And then if I open up my animations, you can see right now I am in, I don't see them. Maybe that's part of my problem. Because usually it highlights which one I'm on. And I don't see it. Where am I? You know, that's what, it's gotta be that because it's gotta be Firestorm acting funny because normally it shows me which animation. Oh, here it is, Millie. I'm in Millie right now. So,
very good.
And Angora was the most recent one. Also, Oh My's coming out with a new HUD, couples HUD for Valentine's Day.
Ooh, we'll have to grab that.
Yes, we'll have to grab that and model that. So that's my style. How about yours?
All right. Well, so I styled second. So I was trying to match your energy.
And I wanted to make sure I asked you this on camera because you're matching me. But I really want to know what you were thinking with this outfit because while I like it, I was like, I feel like there's a story here. So
I've okay. So I saw your pictures in the order that you presented them. One was the red carpet outfit, very beautiful, very classy. The second was this one. So I was like, I think this is kind of a at the party and then after the party sort of vibe.
Oh, see, I knew there was a story. I'm like, okay, this is not normally how you have like an undressed look or undressing look about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's a story.
Yeah. So this is, you know, presumably however many hours at the red carpet. Then we cut loose at, you know, in the reception. Then this is the
after
getting
party.
Home
after the party.
Yeah. After the party.
Yeah. I love it. So tell us about it. What are you wearing?
Okay, so I'm actually going to a creator that I haven't seen on FLF in a while, even though it partially inspired me changing bodies, and that's Tylee.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So this is the Shane blazer and trousers, which is a lot of fun, very customizable. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tylee. I hope the creator's okay, but I haven't seen. They were pretty routinely on Flip for a while there. And it's kind of been radio silence for a while.
Yeah.
So hope they're okay. Then I am rocking down here some shoes. What are these shoes again? These are the Deadwool moccasins. Which I like the I like all the options for the socks. You can't see the HUD for it, but there's a lot of sock options.
Those are nice socks,
yeah. And they have a bunch of patterns, they have a bunch of solids, they have like the checker type pattern in a couple different things. They've got several line patterns. Just really nice socks. Going up to, let me cycle a little bit to, okay, so I got my hands on.
Well, good thing you got your hands on.
Yeah, so I've got this, I have from Real Evil on my left hand, I've got these Ventu rings and bracelet set, which I like. And then, of course, I still am wearing the Janus set on my right hand, which has the engraved letter ring. Yep. And going up further, I've got my Stoic DAE earrings on. Got some glasses from Hisariza.
I love these.
These are the glasses Osaka.
These are very, very stylish.
Yeah, I really like these glasses too. Then my hair is from Modulus. It is the Sid hair.
Yep, it's a shorter one for you, but still messy.
It is a shorter one. It is messy. So I thought it was good for this outfit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's me.
Very good. Well, before we dive into actual flipping, I wanted, I don't have to, but I want to do one more thing for Tristyn that I forgot to do. And that was, let me see where it is. I'm going to have to walk. Because, we were talking about communities. It is a good, I chose right. It's over here. So we were talking about communities, and Tristyn has this brand showcase here that I asked him about that night when I just kept talking at him.
Ooh, yes.
And
you told me about this.
I like your creepy walk right there. He features creators and communities, and if I'm looking at this right, I'm hopefully not getting this wrong. So this is, well, no, this is a brand, so they make poses.
This is Mysteria.
Mysteria.
Who's being showcased.
Yeah, so this is Tristyn's way of paying it forward. So, because Tristyn told me, now here I'm gonna remember, I have to remember the details. Tristyn's gonna have to help me out because Tristyn shared with me that it was another creator. Oh, wait, I think I remember. I hope I'm not gonna get it wrong. I want to say it was Volatility.
Okay.
That Volatility kind of gave them a shout out or a feature, or got them some attention where Panique could gain some traction.
Okay.
So it's creators helping other creators. And so that obviously meant a lot to Tristyn. So Tristyn wants to pay it forward. So that's what this brand showcase is, community showcase, is other creators that Tristyn is spotlighting to help give them a leg up and get noticed.
I think that is so cool.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I mean, just to circle back to a previous conversation, this is the kind of thing that, when you break out of that, like, just everyone is competition mindset, you can build much better relationships, I think.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, shown in not only if it was Volatility, but they're giving Panique a step up, and then seeing this paying it forward is just really nice. And these poses look great.
Yeah.
I might have to try some of them out.
I was pushing in on them to see them a bit more. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for new poses for your photography or modeling or what have you, then Mysteria is one you should check out. Featured here at Panique.
At Panique.
Looks like their socials are probably linked up there too. So, all right. So now I feel like I've covered all the things. Are we ready to actually start flipping?
Yes. Now we are.
All right, Tour, where are we?
We're at Doe.
Doe, and it looks like they have 2 offerings today.
Yes, it does.
So we have Amoria and Valerie. And I recognized Amoria. I think Amoria is, I want to say, a quintessential Valentine's hair because it has heart braids in the back.
Yeah.
So if I push in the picture.
Pretty cute.
Yeah, like I got here and I was like, yep, I have this one because I remember it. So it has a heart crown. That's very cute. And then I was also reminded, because, you know, I was streaming, cataloging my truth hair. I definitely need to catalog my doe hair. Because I have a lot of doe hair that I need to get handled. Same thing with wasabi.
Probably a lot that's
not packed. Yeah, that has
well.
not been unpacked yet. So that's going to be on my list. But I don't think I had Valerie, so I bought that one.
Nice.
And so it's 50 linden per color pack, and the you can see that behind you, and it's on the other shelf of 3. But then there's a fat pack of all of them, all 3 colors. And
400 for the fat pack.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but I'm trying to do the math, and I can't tell looking at the picture if it actually includes a bunch of it must include a bunch of colors that are not in the 3 packs though, because otherwise it should only be 150 surely.
Right, so there's probably more colors in there.
Yeah, I was trying to spot check, but I think it looks like there's a bunch more solids, so there's probably a bunch more patterns as well. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe do I want to, because I'm looking at the colors. And there's one in there that looks like it does the gray root better. So
you can try it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get the fat pack on. What do I want it on Valerie then? I mean, that's an updo. Or do I want it on Amoria? The debate. I don't know. I'll check my inventory and see if I already have it on Amoria. Then I can take a look. So.
Okay. Sounds
all right.
good.
Are we good to go?
Yes.
All right, Tour. Where are we?
We're at Dots.
Dots, and it looks like they have their, what is it, like a BDSM bear?
Yes, the bondage bear.
Bondage bear, right. So they're offering it again for FLF, so it's going to be 50 linden per color of bear, right?
Correct.
And then the fat pack is how much?
You can get the fat pack of bears for 300. Okay. Yeah, and it looks like the fat pack comes with, oh, never mind. That's just all the colors, so yes. Exactly as many as buying all of them.
Okay, very good. Are we good to go?
Yes, we are.
All right, Tour, where are we?
We're at GhoulWaifu, and I think this is maybe the most conservative top I've seen them put out.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I can't read it in the font. So is it?
It's the Galilahi fluff top.
Is Galilahi something that you know?
It is not.
I am shocked. Because you almost always know, oh, Galilahi, yeah, it's totally blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm glad you know.
Yeah, I do not know this one.
Okay, well, while you're looking it up, it's rigged for Legacy, Perky, and E-Body. It comes in 3 sizes, sleeves in 2 sizes with a HUD. The HUD has texture options for sleeves and top, bows for arms and chest in black and white, pom-poms in white and black, arm bows in white and black, and so on.
So apparently Galilahi is a female name of Cherokee origin, meaning attractive or nice.
Oh,
I can't find anything specific about that beyond that.
Okay. Looks like my animation broke my candy. That's fine. I'll put some new food on. But, so it's 50 linden per color here?
Yes, per color, or you can get the villain pack for 1,000.
Okay. And it looks like from when I was reading the sign that it is now updated to fit waifu and e-body.
Ooh.
So I need to get this, I think.
Yeah.
I love a sweater, and I love a crop sweater like that. So.
Is this try a demo or your pet rock will suffer? Huh.
I like the added, oh dear, oh my. But the added laughter in your background, that was cute. So, anyway, yeah, I'm going to pick these up. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and what is Zaara? Did we ever look up what that is?
What?
So you saw that it was updated to waifu and e-body, but it also says update for Zaara and Zaara Diku.
Oh no, I totally skipped over that.
Oh.
I saw the first line of waifu as I got what I needed and stopped.
Yeah. So I've never heard of Zaara.
Yeah, neither have I.
So if anybody knows about Zaara, because
you know, Zipper probably does.
Zipper. What is Zaara and Zaara Diku?
Yes, please, Zipper. Please educate us. So,
okay.
All right, are we good to go?
We are.
All right, Tour. I see plants, so that could mean one of a few things, but I'm pretty sure I know where we are. So how about you tell us?
We're at Mithral.
Mithral, and they're doing something a little different today.
Yeah, after years of growing plants, they finally have branched out to flowering plants or fruiting plants.
I see.
Rather. So we've got an apple branch plate and a orange branch plate.
Those are nice.
Those are very nice.
I'm gonna have to pick these up because I would absolutely use this on my altar when I need fruits or offerings. So
yeah, I love
this.
This
is gorgeous. And they're still not offering Fat Pack, are they?
They still are not offering Fat Pack.
Because that would be easier than buying 6 things.
Agreed.
Yeah. So that's fine. Because they have offered Fat Pack in the past, right?
They used to, yeah. There used to be a little tiny pot to the left or right.
That's right. A little seedling.
Yeah, a little seedling. And it would say Fat Pack on it. I'm not sure why that stopped.
Yeah.
But
and Mithral's not one that we have like a dialogue going on with. So
no.
It is not. Although it does remind me that Tristyn's getting into the plant business. That's what he's working on. He told me a funny story about something
plant
that
business.
I feel like it's an insider thing, so I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you offline. But yeah, Tristyn's working on some plants. He wants to make plants real bad. So
I look forward to seeing.
I do too. I saw this plant that he has made, and it was hilarious. So, but he really wants to. He wants to get to the Mithral level for sure.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I think he said Mithral's like a god of plants.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, genuinely, making like truly organic shapes like this is a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
So, and Mithral does a fantastic job. However, if I were going to say something about these items, I'm looking at the bottom of these, and these are plates that are just gonna wobble all over the place because they need a little something to make them actually sit flat. And
this is where you use your imagination.
I know I use my imagination, but it just would require
that was
a little.
Crumbly.
Just a little something on the corners, or little feet like around the base of it.
Yeah. I would think like a little ring. Like I've seen plates like this
little ring
that have a little ring at the center on the bottom that keep it stable.
That would absolutely do it. That would absolutely do it.
So that's what I imagined was there. I did not push in to see that it wasn't.
I only really I glanced, and then because these tables are tragically clear, I was able to look underneath, and they're just curved all the way through. It looks like. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a super minor thing, but I obsess over little minor things. I'm still absolutely getting these because these, as you said, are lovely. They're very versatile. Big fan of fruiting plants and citrus in general. So yeah.
Well, like I said, since I just did a ritual last night and needed stuff for my altar, this is definitely stuff that I could use on my altar.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna go
walking away. Hang on.
Yeah, pull us over here because I noticed, because I cam around sometimes. I noticed that they've got this. little collection of some other flowering or fruiting.
Hey, look, it's the
plants.
fat pack seedling.
Yeah, so we have the fat packs over here.
Gotcha.
So if we wanted the fat pack, it's 200 for the plates, and then we have these, tall types.
But wait, they don't have. They have the plate. Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at the vases. I didn't see that the plates were right here.
Yeah, the plates are here as well.
Oh, I'm glad you saw that. So now we have our answer.
Now we have our answer.
Yeah. I wonder why they wouldn't put it out with the flip, like right there.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you found the fat pack. I like the vases. And I like the apple one. That I don't know. Is that a vase that it's in? It's interesting. That standing one.
The tall one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one they're calling the apple tree branch floor vase.
Wow. That's really
which,
unique.
Fair enough.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm glad you. I don't want to say you're a habitual clicker. You click all over the place.
I'm a habitual clicker. I'll take that label.
And I also want to call out that I have a new food item, and this is by Panique, because I love that Panique makes their own coffee. So this is Moonstag's Fallicino in Lunar, which goes with my outfit, also called Lunar.
Yes, it does.
So I have often pulled out my Moonstag Fallicino. I just want Tristyn to know that. I enjoy the Fallichinos. Thank you. And it comes with a HUD, so you can color match your Fallicino. And that the little where it says Lunar changes based on what the color is. It has other names. So nice touch.
Very good.
So yeah. Okay, so let's pick up some flowering plants and keep moving.
Okay.
All right, tour. We're at ADD Andel.
Yes.
And did it look like this before?
No, this is a new store.
Yeah.
They've redone their store. I like it.
I know. I'm camming way back. That it's like, so it's a few stores. So that's in this little quad.
We have the horror. We have
Neverwish's entry is fun.
Neverwish, yeah, and Health Bar.
Interesting.
Which looks like it's arcadey stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun.
This is a fun landing.
It is.
This is really nice.
I like it.
I like what ADD Andel did with theirs. I like the wall effects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but their flip item's right outside, and we're not as close to it as we usually are. And is it because you're disturbed by it?
A little bit.
Because usually we're right up on the sign, and I'm like,
I know.
We're way over here. What's going on, Tour?
I have an aversion to eye things. This is eye things, so.
So okay, I'll talk about it then. Oozing eye overlay. You know me, I don't like gory stuff, but this doesn't bother me for some reason. It's just it just doesn't. It's not something I would use because we're not into like blood and stuff, blood and gore, and so but the stuff where like the skin is cut or burned or whatever, that's like that gives me that reaction. But here, I don't get that same reaction, even though it's kind of in the same vein. Or
weirdly, I'm the opposite. I don't have an aversion to the cuts and stuff, but this.
Well, I was gonna add on, or when Lock and Tough goes there with like axes to the head or a knife in the chest and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't, and I have to love it because they're a Rizzler, right? So it's the Rizzler family, and I want to, but I'm never buying that. So I'm sorry, not sorry. So even at Halloween, we do like cute Halloween or silly Halloween. We don't do like spoopy, right? Spoop. That's right. You did a whole lecture on spoopy. So we're totally spoopy, and I'm not going to buy a knife or an axe to the head. No, thank you. I'm just not doing it. Yeah. So anyway, so we have a bloody eye overlay. Tour doesn't want to look at it, but here it is for you. 50 Linden if you're going to add to your gory bloody look at ADD Andel. Okay, are we ready to go?
Yes, we are.
Okay, Tour, you have to say what you said when I wasn't recording. We got here, and then what was your reaction?
So this is a nice palette cleanser.
Yeah, but there was also an ooh attached.
Ooh, yeah. So we have a royal chocolate cake,
which is perfect for me. Because my name is Queen.
Yes, it is.
And I'm a
yes,
queen.
Yes, it is. Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is at ANC Limited. Mm-hmm. And you can, of course, get the copy mod or transmod versions.
Okay.
And they do their usual thing of setting it up in a wonderful display where it looks like ethereal jellyfish are checking out the cake.
Mm-hmm. I love the sound effects behind you.
Yeah.
See,
this is lovely.
It goes along with that laughter you have in your first life. It goes along with, hey, we're kind of funny.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so we've got the jellyfish checking things out, as you were calling out. That's great.
Yep.
You say ethereal jellyfish?
Yes, ethereal jellyfish.
That was a great description.
I think so.
Yeah. So I have to say something that came to mind now, and I know we're trying to speed list, and we're not being overly successful with that. But I think I told you once that I was in a group chat where somebody was looking for a texture, and somebody had said in the chat that mine is they were looking for like a full perms, and somebody said something about theirs being trans, and then somebody said something else about theirs being bi.
Oh, okay.
You get what I mean? Is that is that? I thought it was funny. Was that wrong of me to be thinking that was funny? Like the reason it came up is because I see the copy mod and the trans, and so
I don't think that is a problem. Now it depends if it's being like targeted at someone, and it could be, but I think
it wasn't.
By itself, I think that's totally fine.
I thought it was because it's funny because when I'm talking about things and their permissions, I often will not say they're trans. I will fully type out transfer. Because I just think like trans means something else in my head. So
yes.
So to hear someone be like, "Oh, mine's trans" or "No trans," and then somebody else say theirs is bi, which would be copy mod, right? So I thought that was amusing in a cute way. I didn't think it was offensive.
Yeah, well, it's because it's not like trying to invalidate anyone.
No,
it's just playing off the words.
Yeah,
which I think is
because often they'll refer to things as trans or no trans. Yep. And then the person's like, "Oh, well, mine's bi."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a nice way to say copy mod, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, just random thought that popped into my head when I saw that. So, anyway, we're going to take our chocolate cake and move along, right?
All right. Yep.
All right, Tour. I can tell by where we are that we're at Belleza.
We are at Belleza.
Belleza. And it's the Celine skin.
Mm-hmm.
And bomb layers for leLAPEAU Evo X mesh head only, 4 skin tones, brow shape, body system layers, ears texture, body shape. Oh, it comes with a body shape. That's cool. And I didn't push in close enough to see how many brow options. Is that 3 or 5? 5. Okay. All right.
Just to hear that again, how many skin tones?
Why did I read it wrong? 4.
So not 1.
I see what point you're making. Right, not 1, it's 4, but they're not photographed here, and this one's pretty light-skinned, so...
It is, yeah. I appreciate that Belleza actually allows other skin tones to go on sale. Thank you, Belleza.
Well, can you look in the demo and see what skin tones are in there, what they're called?
So we have tan, pale, medium, and SK? I don't... sun-kissed.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's some different gradients.
Yeah, they don't. It may not be like dark skin, but they actually
sun-kissed is usually about the darkest one in that range, right? So sun-kissed could be like probably about my skin tone, or maybe a little lighter.
Yeah.
So because I tend to be kind of mid-range. Obviously, I'm not. Right. I'm not white, right? That's been my goal because I am not white and I've never wanted to be white. So I wanted to find a skin tone. Actually, I often try to match, like just compare it to my own first life skin tone. And this one comes pretty close. So
yeah, I appreciate, especially on the heels of conversations that we've had when skin makers do release for more than just one skin color.
Yep.
So.
All right, so 50 Linden, and you can have 4 skin tones of Celine. All right, are we good to go?
Yes, we are.
All right, Tour, I see decor. That's all you.
All right, so we have the Ann Kitchen wall support.
From who?
That's what they're from. From Broken Arrows.
Broken Arrows.
Mm-hmm. And oh, that's kind of fun. So they have this arrangement, and the mug itself, the bottom left mug, is customizable. You can either have it say Mrs. Always Right or Mr. Always Right, presumably over who won the last argument.
Right? That's fun.
Yeah, so it comes in a couple of different wood colors, looks like, and you can customize the cutting board eggs and the mugs and the leaves. Yeah, so this is part of their Ann Kitchen collection, which I've got a lot of, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of this collection in particular?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they keep adding things to this, I guess, kind of style, which is very, very nice. I like it. I dig
All right.
it.
So, did you have this one before, or did you get it today?
I did not have this one before. I just have a lot of the set.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't know that I've seen like a comprehensive get the entire Ann Kitchen set, but I imagine that's coming eventually, or I've just missed it.
Or
either
you'll
are
just
possible.
Get it piecemeal. So.
Or I'll just get a piecemeal, which is also great.
All right. Well, are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, Tour. I can tell by where we are that this is Elikatira.
It is.
And they have a hat. And it looks like it's like a Valentine's hat. So
yeah,
Valentina.
I think.
I was looking at there's 2 things. So there's Valentina and there's Libby.
Okay.
So they're both hat hairs.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like, well, Valentina is Valentine themed textures, it looks like, for the hat. And Libby is a very specific hat, but you can probably color change the parts.
And it's got big old hearts on Libby as well for the earmuffs.
Yeah. So 50 Linden per hat here, and then it comes with a bunch of colors.
Yeah, so they're saying you get all of this for 50 Linden, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
104 shades in total.
Ooh, that's great. All right. We got both of the 50 things, right? There's Saturday
those
sale.
are the 250 things. The other is the Bray socks for Saturday sale.
Gotcha. Okay. Are we good to go?
Yes, we are.
Okay, Tor, I'm going to ask you to tell the story of what happened in between takes.
Well, per the note card, we should be at Glam Affair. But Glam Affair starts with a G. G is a G sound.
Oh, goodness.
It comes after F, which is a F sound, and F comes after E. And so we're at Friday.
And Friday always comes after Elikatira, because we just walk from the store from Elikatira to Friday. So you were starting to make that really protesty sound you make.
Yes, I was making some grumpy noises.
Now.
Go to Friday next.
Because last week it messed you up when Vespertine came after What Next.
Yeah, because What Next usually is last because the W is pretty far. Now, there are letters that come after W, obviously, but V is not one of them.
And then I already messed you up by doing things out of order at the start of this video, so you were not having any more out of order shenanigans.
Right.
Which amused me. So, here we are, Friday.
All of that said, I'm laughing at myself because despite my protests, I'm still doing things out of order because strictly speaking, we should be at floor plan right now. But Friday comes after Elikatira because it's
they're
just
on the same sim.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This is Weekend Jeans. in either Storm or Stonewash. 2 versions to wear with boots, 8 belt and 5 metal options. It fits Maitreya Lara, Lara X, Legacy, or E-Body Reborn, and it's copy mod.
Okay, nice.
So these are nice. They're pretty straightforward. You know, especially if you wear a lot of boots and stuff, this is nice, right? It's just, you need boots. You need pants that go into boots. It gives you more options. So 50 Linden per color.
Yeah, I like that they're demoing it going into boots as well.
It looks good. It's cozy look there on the left. Camera left. So, all right. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, Tour. Given your little commentary on where we were last, I'm guessing that we're at floorplan and not brocante.
You're correct.
Yeah. So what do we have today?
We have 2 tri-panel paintings. One depicting a set of lips with newsprint.
Oh, I didn't see that detail until I pushed in.
On it, I think.
It looks like it.
And the other depicting a pair of invalid dice.
Oh, how are they invalid, Tour?
Well, as everybody knows on a D6, one face of the D6 and its opposite face will add up to 7. Now these dice are depicting 6 and 1 adjacent to each other on one, and 4 and 3 adjacent to each other on the other, which is, as we all know, impossible on a valid die.
I like how you say we all know, because I had no fucking clue. Like, I'm looking at this picture going, it's dice. And I'm like, what problem could he possibly have with dice? Well, of course you know. 5 and 2 should be opposite
each other. 4 and 3 should be opposite each other. 6 and 1 should be opposite each other always.
You are clearly a man who knows his dice.
That's right. It comes from tabletop role-playing stuff, baby.
Oh, there's a baby on there at the end. Tabletop roleplay, baby. Gotcha.
That's right.
Yeah, because I'm sure many people think that's very cool.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'm obviously just nitpicking. It's a fine piece
You're
of
in a
art.
mood today. I'm getting a nitpicky kind of mood. Like, Consuela, don't fuck with me and the order of our start. Barb, don't fuck with me and the order of things on this note card. And now it's like, floor plan, don't fuck with me with this fucking dice in this picture because it's wrong. That's already 3 don't fuck with me strikes.
I know. Yeah.
I think you're going to be okay. Hopefully we can get through the rest of this without somebody else fucking with you.
The die's already off because I'm ready to throw down.
Oh, I can totally hear it in your voice. I am so scared.
All right. So I picked up both of these because I think.
What? Wait, both?
Yeah.
You got the one with the fucked up dice.
I'm explicitly calling them invalid dice, but that doesn't mean that. So there's actually a lot of invalid and dice that are out there, especially like loaded dice and stuff. And actually, a brief anecdote, funny story.
So much for speed flipping, right?
I know.
We can't help it. Go ahead.
In one of the earliest tabletop games that for Finia, my first life wife, played with me, that I was running, for a very long time, she seemed to have remarkably bad luck with her dice rolls. And this turned out to be true because the dice set that she was using happened to be a gimmicked dice set that had no 6, it had 2 1s.
Oh. Wow. She didn't notice that?
We noticed it eventually. It wasn't intentional, it just got mixed in with the rest of them.
That's
dear.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, was that your whole anecdote?
Yes.
Okay, so are we ready to move along?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I can tell by the giant sign behind me we're at Izzie's.
We are at Izzie's.
I had someone walk into frame and totally obscure the item, so let's push in. Here we go. Okay. So it's not imperfections today.
No, it's lipstick.
Date night metallic lipsticks.
Very
Bomb
nice.
layers for LaLa Evo X mesh heads. So I was commenting while we were waiting for everything to load up that I haven't bought makeup from Izzie's in quite some time. So
That's
it's usually
true.
all about imperfections. So I was like, huh, lipstick by Izzie's. I'll grab that. So, you know. But they do have makeups here. It's just lately Izzie's thing has been all these imperfections. I think that's because that's where people are at right now. There's a lot of makeup designers, but I felt like for a time there wasn't a bunch of folks creating imperfections. We're seeing more of that now. But,
yeah.
And then, like we've commented before, Izzie's is very niche, right? Like Izzie's will correct pretty much anything that might bother you about your avatar or your skin.
Oh yeah,
So.
you can go through here and do all kinds of little tweaks to either add imperfections like we mentioned, or like cover up things that are too bright, or correct like some line that's too thick or too dark. Yeah, just lots of little tweaks.
Yeah. So 50 Linden and you get all of these, which is a great deal. And then it also comes in 3 opacities. So you can have light and then like a little fuller and then full, so it's 50, 75% and 100. So those are good choices, good options, because it really changes, it also helps on how it looks on you and your skin tone, right?
Definitely.
So, yeah. Okay. So are we good to go?
Yes, we are.
All right, tour. We're at Glam Affair because I recognize this stylish corner and staircase. Yep. And before we go into the skin, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, I think my theory is on this. I'm gonna ask you how we ended up more out of order than before.
Yep.
But I think my theory is that there was enough like fucking with you about things, like I called out already, that it just kind of threw you off, and that's how we ended up more out of order.
So here's what happened is I updated the order of things on the document. I didn't update the order of things in the note card.
Gotcha. But now you're going to need to make the document match the note card for the ease of my editing.
It is now.
Okay. So it's still out of order. What I think is going to start happening now as a pre-check to our videos is you're going to scan the card to make sure it's in alphabetical order.
Yeah, we should put that in the pre-check film checklist. Yeah.
Right.
Which we do actually genuinely have.
Yes. But now this is a new thing that I can tell is going to need to be added, because I did not realize that you had such a strong feeling on alphabetical order.
I do, and actually, so it's not obsessively alphabetical because there are a couple exceptions. So, like, I like to clump Elikatira with Friday because they are on the same sim within walking distance of each other.
Same like the other.
Butterscotch and Torricelli is another pairing, and they, unfortunately for them, are very far apart on the alphabet, which sometimes makes that awkward. But if we just decide that these things are happening,
that they're together,
these things can happen.
Yeah. So they're going to be alphabetized by, like, Elikatira. It's really going to be Elikatira and Friday, right? So it's going to be alphabetized by the E, so that it flows with everything else. Same thing with Butterscotch and Torricelli. Usually they're out for us. They're alphabetized by the B for Butterscotch, and then we just keep going. So I completely agree with that.
Okay.
So I love how we work out these trivialities about our videos while we're recording. But I think this is
stakes shit right here.
But I think this is some of the behind the curtain stuff that our viewers enjoy. Like, just the way that we talk through something to make our videos better. Not that anyone would notice. This is completely behind the scenes. It's about how you and I navigate.
Yeah.
So
it's also like probably completely like irrelevant, or
probably.
whatever.
But you know what? So we might have some people weighing in on how strongly they feel about things in alphabetical order.
True. That's true.
So it's a conversation. It's another possible conversation to have with people who watch our videos.
It also could be fun if we started doing that as a prep like checklist thing. Some weeks we might actually want to invert that list. so that some of the further down the list letters get featured first.
Like for people who don't make it all 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
could be interesting.
Yeah.
To do that.
But we would keep the sponsors at the top.
We would always keep the sponsor at the top because they're sponsors. But yeah,
Okay. I like this idea.
That could be interesting. Just to change it up sometimes.
I agree with you. I like mixing things up.
Nice.
Okay. Well, we are at Glam Affair, and they have Thea.
Hi, Thea.
And Thea's lovely. And it's available in their basic line, which, as I recall, is like, I don't know, like 5 colors, 6, 7, something like that. It's a Leluca Evo X skin, and she looks lovely. So you'll verify.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10?
10! 10 colors, and they're not all white, right?
Probably not. No.
10 shades of white. No, I don't think so.
We have sand, milk, ivory, honey, golden, flower, fair, caramel, beige. Help me.
I don't know. I thought you were struggling with a harder word.
No.
You're like almond. It's not almond. It's almond.
So I got it.
You did. It hurt you
right.
though. I could tell. You're like almond. Yes, Tour. Good job. Way to blend the word. You have me doing like teaching gestures on my arm that we do with small children. Blend it. If you I'll have to show you the gesture. It's like running down your anybody who's a teacher in First Life, when the kids are sounding out the letters and chunking it into their phonemes, and then they have to blend those together. It's like we chunk down our arm, and then when we blend, we run our hand down the arm, blend it to her. Blend almond. Very good. That's a point for you.
Yeah.
You just triggered teacher mode right there.
Yeah, because I went through the other ones real quick, and then
You're like, oh shit, it's almond. How do I say this again?
Slam the brakes.
I heard the brakes. Was
dear.
almonds the last color in there?
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
Oh, fortunate for you.
Unfortunate for me, and also not in alphabetical order.
Oh no. At least they have 10 colors.
They do,
We'll give
yes.
them that, not in alphabetical order.
And we
Okay.
appreciate it.
Me too. All right, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because they was like,
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay. All right, Tour. I can tell by the little wall we're standing on and the whiteness of everything around me. We're at leLAPEAU.
We are leLAPEAU.
leLAPEAU. And they have a skin called Catalina. So it's not a man skin.
No, and because it's a female skin, there's 3 skin colors available. Because men are only pale. Down here at leLAPEAU.
Yeah, because usually it's just the pale skin tone that goes to not found. Okay, so Catalina. So it's lovely. Let me push up to the detail here at the top. So they're showing it on the not found skin tone alabaster. Then they
Which
call
is one of the ones available. Yeah.
The Avi Glam mirror eyes, and it's being shown on the Luca Avalon head.
Yes. So we have it in alabaster, raspberry, and bronze.
And those are some nice differences. Yeah, alabaster is literally white. More like a cream, but pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So, okay. 50 linen per color, right?
50 per color, yep.
Very good. Are we good to go?
We are.
All right, Tour. I want to venture to guess that we are at minimal.
We are at minimal, and we've got 2 plants. We got interior plants and interior plants. What are they called? Interior plants 1 and 2. Okay. Accurately named.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about them so I can mute. There might be some noise.
So yeah, these are some metal holders for some, looks like ceramic pots, and yeah, nice, nice like big fluffy plants. Gives a lot of cover. Would be great for a corner piece or something.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I'm picking both of these up.
Yeah, those are nice. Very nice. And you're right, they would fill a corner very nicely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
50 linden per plant?
50 linden per plant.
Okay, sounds good. Are we good to go?
We are.
All right, Tor, where are we?
We're at Nar Mattaru.
Nar Mattaru, and these are heart collector decimals?
Dermals. So a dermal is a piercing that gets on top of the skin.
I see that. I saw
And
decimals.
I love this.
Clearly.
Yes.
Okay, why do you love this?
So, obviously, rigged jewelry is kind of few and far between sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And most of it is focused on what you're wearing on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Actually having body jewelry, I think is definitely an unrealized market, and I hope that Nar Mattaru continues to chase this down, because I think that this is cool. Like, things like these dermals, things like, even like, belly button piercings, stuff like that. A lot of them that are out there are unrigged, and you just kind of have to hope for the best, which doesn't work for a number of animations, doesn't work for if you're using like various deformers, and just makes things awkward. So getting into this sort of rigging, I really hope that Nar Mattaru continues down this line, because I think these are great, and I think there's a lot that can be done with that.
And I was going to ask a question and then realize it's on the sign. It's rigged for Legacy and Reborn. And then I guess when it says all boob add-ons, the boob add-ons for those two bodies.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll pick these up, especially since I know how you feel about them.
Fantastic.
So, 50 linen, and you get the whole of it with the 8 metal options. So,
correct.
All right, I'm going to pick this up. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, Tor. I know
yes.
We are not at home because we don't have that thing on the floor. At least as far as I know. I don't know what you have in your collection. And we don't have like letters on the walls at our house. So where are we?
We're at Peaches.
And what are they offering?
They're offering a Valentine's blanket.
Kiska Valentine's Day blanket.
Yep.
Adult or PG, 4 color options, 74 animations, including bento.
Very nice.
So, okay, so the Kisko Valentine's Day blanket does not come with the accessories that are sprinkled around, because that Correct. Is the Saturday sale, and it's Menno's Self-Love Valentine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
So combining the two is fantastic. I have lost my Second Life window right now. Here we go. I got stuck behind a wall. So I was like, oh shoot, what happened? I went black screen. So anyway, there must be a wall over here that I ended up behind. Okay. So you've got some accessories you could sprinkle about with your
Now, I'm particularly amused by their Saturday sale item, because a lot of Valentine's like kind of self-love snark is aimed at women, and I think that it's great that they are making this
aimed at men.
Aimed at men. Yes. So,
yeah.
Very fun.
So it's just fun to have that particular tool in my camera angle, right as I'm trying to get a good shot of us. So. So, anyway, any other comments or thoughts before we move along? 50 linden each. Well, the one for 50 linden is 50. For Saturday sale is the Self-Love collection.
Oh, right.
Is that 50
let's see.
also?
That is 50, yeah.
Okay, 50 each. I didn't want to misspeak.
Yep.
All right, very good. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, so where are we? I don't recognize the store. Like, I know where we are, but I think it's a new store also.
We're at Puddles.
Yeah, but this is not what the Puddles store normally looks like.
No, this is... I agree. I think this looks like a revamp, maybe?
And is this on the same sim as Omai?
That... No? It is. Yeah, it's directly across from Omai.
Because the creator of Puddles is the blogger manager for Omai.
Yeah.
Because that was that. Remember the yoga collection was the collaboration between Oh My and Puddles?
Yeah.
And then somehow or other I ended up putting it together. That's who that is. So I'm like, yay. Veronica from Puddles, who also enjoys our videos.
Yes.
Because apparently Shalina, Wolf, and Veronica, I don't know if they watch them together, but they do share the link among each other to make sure they watch.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so hello. All right, so this is Lethal Signs, bento held, left click to bonk. Bonk sound included. I am not demoing this, but because like I said, I lay in music afterwards and you're not going to hear any of the sounds. So bonk, yes. I have to share a funny brief anecdote. I know we're trying to wrap this up so we can get to the red carpet. But at work, at school, there's somebody, I don't know if you know what Bitmojis are, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I bring that to every school I go to. If people weren't already using it, they start using it because of me. I will take full credit for that. And so someone I work with, when things go sideways, she will often send me her Bitmoji that holds the stop sign. So that's what this reminds me of. So it's like, say something crazy and it's like, stop. So, yeah, because there's a lot of crazy shenanigans that happen at schools, as people can imagine.
Yeah.
So anyway, 50 linen for Lethal Signs. So I bought this because of what it reminded me of.
I think it's
and because maybe I do want to hit someone over the head with a stop sign.
Stop.
I wish I could in First Life at points. Trust me, Puddles.
Yeah.
I wish I could use this in First Life. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Are we good to go?
Well, I want to add one thing because you mentioned Omai's Valentine's HUD.
Yes.
And yeah, so we need to swing over to Cupid Ink because it looks like it is available there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But we'll also have to check the Blogatex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we're Team Oh My.
Yeah, I forget about that, but
but Cupid Ink is where it's available. Yes.
Everyone else should go to Cupid Ink.
Yep. Because we haven't shown the HUD yet, but trust me, it's good. It's good.
Yes.
So, all right, are we good to go now?
Yeah, we'll definitely show it off next week.
Oh, we will totally. Okay.
Yep.
Are we good to go?
We're good.
Okay. All right, tour. I can tell that we are at August Kov's store, 7 Emporium.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let you tackle this one.
Okay. So we have a pair of wall hangings, which I'll call Butts and Guts.
Is that what they're called?
No, that's not what they're called. They're they're just calling it number 93 on the right and number 94 on the left. So I'm giving them a name anyway. And so on the butt, we've got August Kov signing the left cheek, and it looks like a Mickey Mouse, maybe, with the tattoo or writing "I love Sean" on the right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. On the other, we have "Okay, Not Okay" on the left, and we've got August Kov's signature on the right.
So part of me wonders, I don't know why my head went here. I was like, are we seeing little bits of August Kov now?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's where my head went, especially with the signatures on there like that, right? Like that's not usually what they do.
It would be a very subversive sort of art style in SL, and I think that would be pretty cool if that is the case.
Like, I think you'd be a fan of the Guts one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, are you picking these up, or because I'm not sure that you would?
I am for the novelty. Yeah. So these are definitely interesting.
They are, and you seriously have to create your August Kov museum.
I know.
In Stratagem. Like, I want to see all the little, like, things that you've picked up of his. Because they're very much conversational. You know, they're conversation pieces. So.
Yeah.
And especially as we're always striving to open up Stratagem. I feel like we say that every so many months. To have people
and
over.
Then I got
we get super busy, right? Like
then
you
I
have
got
a
a
lot
hand grenade thrown into my life.
but a very good one. A hand grenade that's going to explode in dollar bills.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So yeah,
it is definitely a very good move, but it's going to keep me busy.
Right,
busy
it's an absolute priority right now. So that's how come our plans for Stratagem have been delayed a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, so 50 linden for a butt or 50 linden for a gut.
Correct.
Okay, great. All right, are we good to go?
Yes.
All right, tour. We are at Valentina E. And I know when I show up here to not get too excited too quickly, but I do anyway. And because my first thought was, I really like that sporty one. And you're like, first you said you don't need sporty. And then second was, it's not in your size.
Correct. Both of those things are true.
But I think it's unique. I just like it. It
is unique. I will grant that.
You don't see a lot like that. And so I wanted
I like that. It is a very fun style. It's like a sporty dress, like you said.
So I hope maybe she considers bringing that out in Reborn. But that is only Maitreya and Legacy. And then this other one, the one closest to me, is rigged for Reborn. So I did pick that one up.
Nice.
So 50 linden per ensemble here. And they're both lovely.
Very good.
So anything else before we move along?
No, nothing else.
All right, tour, where are we?
We're at Zaara.
And we seem to be in a little FLF alcove.
Well, yeah, a little sale alcove anyway. So this is, all of this stuff is 50% off, and there are two top colors. The, light...
Like a peach?
What are they calling this? Yeah, I'm going to use their colors. Coral and leaves.
Okay.
Are 50 linden.
Well, and these are cute as I get like a super close up of my boobs for whatever reason.
Are.
These are cute. I wanted to look at the picture because I like that cold shoulder kind of cut. It fits Reborn, so I'm not worried about getting excited over nothing. And then the skirts also do Reborn. And I think I've told you before, I have been a long time fan of skirts like this. I used to rock these all the time. You did too?
Well, no, I'm a fan of them. I'm a fan of them.
So I used to wear these all the time in high school. And I love them. I should start wearing them again.
Yeah, you can start in SL.
That's right. So 50% off. And then the other, just the two tops are 50 linden.
Correct.
So if I want everything, because I do, how much is the fat pack?
Okay, well, let me start with saying each skirt is $195.
Okay.
Each blouse is $95. If you want all the skirts, it's $950. If you want all the tops, it's $950.
Okay. I'm going to be buying all the skirts and all the tops because this is an outfit you're going to see me in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great outfit.
I love it. So, okay. All right, I'll pick those up, and then we're going to TP back over to Panique and have a seat on our very special couch and do some speed thoughts at the end so we can go hit the red carpet.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, Tori, I had to capture. I wish I could have captured you sneaking up on Tristyn because my camera was perfect. So you're going to do it? You're going to reenact?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll just do it
again.
Do it.
Yeah, we got here and you're like, oh, it's Tristyn. And then you did this. And then you got up like right behind him. That's perfect. So Tristyn is probably AFK working on stuff.
Probably.
We came back to do First Life Thoughts so that we can get to the red carpet that Tristyn gave us his passes to. So, all right, so we're going to sit on this couch and do First Life Thoughts. So let's get situated. All right, Tour. We have made it back to our special couch at Panique.
Yes.
And I love this so much. I just can't say that enough. All right, but it is time for Tour's First Life Thoughts before we head over to the red carpet. Yes,
and I kind of want to apologize up front because there's not a great way for me to soften this one. So, you like when I can kind of bring it back. But
right. So you're warning me ahead of time. The transition out of this is going to be rough.
it's going to be a little awkward, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks for the heads up.
Yep. Okay, so one of the discussions that has been going on around Israel-Palestine is how Israel more or less has undermined the Palestinian Authority and has been supporting Hamas in various ways. And I know that's something that I have talked about, hinted at, what have you. And I wanted to kind of zoom in on how that manifests in other ways, which are closer to home for people, maybe. Because a story came up, and it may not immediately seem related, but bear with me. So, in Australia, this happened. There was a autistic 13-year-old who was starting to go down a kind of dangerous road, becoming obsessed with the Islamic State, like ISIS and stuff. And his parents pursued like getting rehabilitation. They did absolutely the right thing. Then law enforcement got involved. Now, Australian law enforcement authorities apparently interacted with this child and pushed him into more and more extreme rhetoric, feeding his fixations, completely undermining any like social rehabilitation efforts, and eventually pushed him into like extreme enough activity that they could like pursue an arrest. This is and this is kind of not a thing that is in isolation. I just wanted to highlight this story because it's a very recent one that is coming into the news. This is a 13-year-old again, who I think the article said has an IQ of 71. So very susceptible to manipulation, and absolutely something that law enforcement in this case took advantage of, prompting him to believe that this fantasy life that they were feeding was the right and righteous thing to do. And that itself is not a unique case. Digging through, and I'm providing links to all of these, digging through the United States' history, we have multiple examples of the FBI and law enforcement engaging people who are in a difficult situation or what have you, or who have grievances, and pushing them into more and more extreme positions, setting them up to commit crimes that they will then arrest them for. And we even, like, there was kind of a renewed awareness of this during the 2020 protests surrounding the murder of George Floyd, because law enforcement tried to get involved in a lot of protest movements. And they have a long history of that in labor movements, and like even going back to like the civil rights era riots and stuff, of basically getting into these civil rights movements and encouraging them to do illegal activities so that they can make mass arrests. So even if a movement is intending to be peaceful, undercover law enforcement agents will provoke violence within the movement and then arrest everyone involved. And how is this related to like Israel? It's like, this is kind of that in microcosm. So the reason one of the reasons that many law enforcement agencies engage in these activities is because this justifies their existence. If you are a counterterrorism branch of law enforcement and there's no terrorism, your job is at risk. So you have to create terrorism. That is the baked in incentive. If you are in law enforcement and your metrics are based on how many arrests you make and there's nobody committing crimes, you have an incentive to push people to commit crimes. This is, and it also allows them to, especially in these sort of high profile cases, which we've, some of them are out there, if they can push someone to do some, or, commit to doing some bombing or mass shooting and then arrest them because they know about it, because they planted the idea in their head, and then they arrest them, they can claim credit. They can go out on the news, they can say, hey, we stopped this plot, this guy was planning all this bad shit, and we nipped it in the bud. And it makes people afraid, makes people kind of blindly trust that institution, makes people willing to throw infinite money at this solution, which is creating a lot of the plots that they are supposedly stopping. And Israel is playing the same game here. They want their population afraid. They want Hamas to be empowered enough to be a threat. And so they also are engaging in this. They're also pushing them into these extreme positions where they never have to negotiate in good faith. They never have to consider treating Palestinians as people, as long as they can manufacture this image of all Palestinians being just mindless killers by, promoting and empowering the most extreme people in Gaza and such. So, because some people are well, that doesn't sound right, or that doesn't make sense. But I wanted to bring up that not only does it make sense if you analyze the incentives from the power structure, but also it follows a long pattern of behavior that many state authorities have acted upon over the years. And it's not just the US or Australia. The UK has done this. China has done this. India does this. There are many different nation states which engage in this sort of behavior of manufacturing and uplifting an enemy in order to consolidate power. So, and to rationalize or justify their own authority and use of force. So I'm providing some links to these sorts of things if you want to read more. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that out as food for thought, and another way of looking at current events as well as historic ones. So that's where I bluntly dropped the topic back in your lap.
Thanks. That's not as bad as I thought. I mean, it's bad, but it's not I was really dreading what is it gonna be now. You've done like you typically do, where you bring things to the forefront that I had not considered, because when you first started I was like, that doesn't make any sense, why would they do that? Mm-hmm. And then of course, as I let you speak, right, I just keep stay on mute, LaLa, just stay on mute, and then just let you, because you will get there and you'll explain. And so I understand what you've explained, and it's just really appalling to me.
Yeah.
So
it should be.
So that's why I don't mean to say it's not bad, but I was just, there's categories of bad, but I mean, this is bad. So, but it makes sense, and it's just, I don't know, it gets me to thinking about how much, I don't know if propaganda is the right word.
It is.
Okay. Where it's just what people are fed so that, we're like, look at the good work that law enforcement does to keep us safe, without thinking about the other side of it.
Yeah.
So.
Because, if law enforcement made people safe, America, with how much we spend on police, we should be the safest country in the world. Objectively, we are not. There's not really a strong correlation between. Let me back this up. The safest communities are not the ones with the most police. Right. They're the ones with the most resources. That's something that I've said before. Yes, I will keep saying it.
And remind me to talk to you. We'll talk about this off video, and I'm sure we'll circle back to it. But remind me to talk to you about how my school is going to work on providing resources.
Fantastic.
So there's a whole thing there I haven't talked to you about, and so that just kind of touched on that, sparked that topic in my head. But in the interest of time, I'm going to go into the comments, because usually we have the comment section. I'm not sure you have a sound loaded up or not, because
no, I'm gonna skip that this week.
You're gonna skip the sound? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting to see. I was ready for it.
I know.
All right. Well, let me run through the comments real quick. So I'm gonna bring up my internet window so folks can see them, because last time I didn't bring them up, I just read them. So I want to give everybody in the comments their moment in the sun. So first we have Aubrey Snoodle, who's given love to the baddie vibes from last week. And I was like, because last week and this week I've been rocking the 1990 duckies, right? Because I was wanting like I said, Aubrey's duck nails are very cute and lovely, and not that 1990s aren't. There's just a different attitude, right? So I had the 1990 on last week. I have 1990 on again because I really like this black French tip. So she was loving the baddie vibes from last week. Rizzler 9 probably made my favorite comment of the whole week. And I don't know if you saw this one, because I know you don't always check the comments, but this one says, living the baddie life. Also, Tour is getting very daddy lately. And I was like, yes, he is. I was like, Rizzler 9, yes, he is. Because you are feeling that new first name for sure. I have detected it as well, and I'm glad it wasn't just me, where it's like, yeah, I'll permit you to wear that. I'm like, oh, well, thank you, daddy, So, because I feel like you're just owning that first name now. And it's funny because Masumi made a similar comment to me with my first name is Queen. And that's exactly my point. I'm glad people get it. I don't want to ever not be named Queen. That's just, I love it. Then Mama LaLa proceeded to make a bunch of comments. So she made a comment on the hair, channeling Diana Ross, which would be yes. Diana Ross. Okay, this is gonna definitely date me, but I, as a young child, was definitely into Diana Ross.
Sure.
So, so I didn't even make that connection when I put on that giant hair, but yes, Mama LaLa is right. She also comments on Offline and how she loves them, and because they're one of the few vendors that provides for Freya. Because I do my Freya alert.
Freya alert.
And so she was making comments there about how she loves them and that they're a weekly stop for her for their discounts and group sales. Then Mama LaLa,
they're great.
Mama LaLa is still kind of low-key salty about not being invited to the original ceremony you and I had. And she's like, I hope I get to come to this one since I wasn't invited to the first one.
Absolutely.
That's because it was very low-key. This is what I was telling you before, Tour, which you disagreed with me, right? That for me, our first one was very low-key.
Okay.
And you may not know, you don't know, at that point in time, you didn't know for me what is more.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But I came off the heels of being a somewhat known model in my circles, right? And had a lot of friends, and that I could have probably had a big to do.
Yeah.
But
I've definitely never been quite that social butterfly on here.
Yeah. So I definitely, when we get to do the renewal, I think you'll see what I mean by more people. So, so there's that. And then Barbie, I think this is the same Barbie doll that comments on the stream. She leaves me peace fingers right back at you, Barbie. She's great with the tags. So, and I don't know if this is the same, because it was Barbie doll and this handle is Barbie SL. So I assumed it was the same, but maybe it's not. I'll have to verify that. And then, Mama LaLa made more comments. So she was commenting a lot on her strategies for inventory and organization. So she likes to, she was dropping her tips in the comment section. But I think there's a difference. Like, so she's organizing it inside of her SL inventory, and I'm using an exterior tool, right? External tool. So I like it because it's really much more of a visual inventory. And yes, and I know.
Search very easily.
Right. And, because then Mama LaLa's counterpoint is, well, SL, they have the little hover over and you get the picture. That's all well and good. But I want to be able to search by shoes.
Yes.
Or, earrings or gauged ears, right? And I want to see all of them so I don't have to go to the store and look at the pictures.
Or right-hand food, specifically.
Right. So there's very specific ways of searching inventory and just getting that visual result, so I know what I want to put. So I get what she's saying. I know a lot of people are very successful with organizing their inventories inside of SL and not needing an external tool, but I really enjoy that external tool. And much like I say all the time, the way you handle your inventory is very unique to you as a person. So that's you either don't handle it at all, like you and I have done for a long time, or you're on it like right away and you keep things organized in folders, you're renaming things so you know exactly what it is. But, so you can absolutely do that inside of your inventory. You don't need an outside tool to do it. I just like the tool. So, but yeah, so Mama LaLa made several comments about inventory and the names of things which she liked from what she was watching from the stream. So that captures all of the comments. So we'll do my own yay sound. So we'll put that inventory in the internet window down. We'll take that out of the way. And then, just as I predicted, we have now reached the end of the video. I'm going to say my thank yous, and then we're going to head over to the red carpet. So,
all right.
For everyone watching this video, I want to thank you for being here. Whether you subscribe, comment, like, share, we appreciate you and the time you spend with us.
Yes, and we will see you in the next video.